At 74, Margaret had always considered herself healthy. She walked every morning, ate her vegetables, and rarely took medication. But one fall afternoon, as she tried to open a jar of pickles, she realized something had changed. Her hands trembled slightly. Her grip had weakened. It wasn't just the jar. She had been feeling slower, less stable on her feet, and more tired after climbing the stairs. At her next doctor's visit, she brought it up. "I don't feel sick," she said, "but I feel softer, like my strength is leaking out." Her doctor nodded. "It's normal," he said. "After 70, we begin to lose muscle mass more rapidly, a condition called sarcopenia. But the good news is you can rebuild it. It's not too late. You just need the right fuel." That word stuck with her, fuel. Not just food for survival, but for strength. She was already active. What she needed now was to eat in a way that supported her aging muscles. Her doctor gave her a list, 9 must-eat foods to rebuild muscle after 70, and told her to give it 3 months. She did, and the results changed everything. Chicken breast, simple, lean, and powerful. Margaret started cooking chicken breast at least twice a week, grilled with rosemary, baked with garlic, or sliced into her salads. Each serving packed around 25 to 30 grams of lean protein. She learned that high-quality protein was key to muscle repair, especially after physical activity. Unlike red meat, chicken was easier to digest and lower in saturated fat. It quickly became a staple in her meals. Within a few weeks, she noticed she no longer felt sore the day after her morning yoga class. Her recovery time had improved, and so had her strength. 2. Eggs, nature's protein capsule. Each morning, Margaret cracked 2 eggs into a pan. Sometimes she scrambled them with spinach and tomatoes. Other days, she soft-boiled them and served them on toast. Eggs are rich in leucine, an amino acid that plays a crucial role in muscle protein synthesis, and they're budget-friendly, important on a fixed income. Eggs are your best friend, her doctor had said, especially if you're rebuilding, and he was right. 3. Greek yogurt, muscle support in every spoonful. Margaret had never liked milk much, but she gave Greek yogurt a try. Thick, creamy, and packed with double the protein of regular yogurt, it became her go-to snack. She added a handful of walnuts and a drizzle of honey, sometimes a spoonful of chia seeds. It was a mid-afternoon boost that helped keep her full and gave her muscles the protein they needed. She even began sleeping better. Turns out, protein helps regulate nighttime blood sugar too. 4. Salmon, the anti-inflammatory muscle builder. Once a week, Margaret treated herself to a piece of fresh salmon. She'd pan-sear it with olive oil, add a squeeze of lemon, and pair it with steamed broccoli. Not only did the omega-3s in salmon support heart and brain health, but they also help reduce inflammation, which becomes more common with age and can slow down muscle recovery. After a month, the aches in her knees seemed to ease. Her walk to the corner market felt smoother, less stiff. 5. Quinoa, the grain that acts like a protein. Margaret had never tried quinoa before, but now it was part of her rotation. She made warm quinoa bowls with roasted vegetables or served it cold in salads. Unlike many grains, quinoa is a complete protein, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids. It also has magnesium, iron, and fiber, nutrients crucial for muscle function. She replaced rice and pasta with quinoa most days. It digested well, gave her steady energy, and paired beautifully with nearly anything. 6. Beans, protein and fiber in one. Black beans, chickpeas, lentils. Margaret began cooking them in bulk each week. They were inexpensive, filling, and surprisingly high in protein. She made lentil soups, chickpea salads, and black bean stews. These dishes became comfort food, rich in fiber and slow-burning energy. And unlike heavy meats, they left her feeling satisfied but light. Plus, beans are rich in potassium, which helps prevent muscle cramps, something she used to get at night, but not anymore. 7. Cottage cheese, a nighttime secret weapon. One surprising addition to her diet was a small bowl of cottage cheese before bed. Her doctor told her it was a rich source of casein, a slow-digesting protein that nourishes muscles while you sleep. At first, the idea of eating before bed felt odd, but she gave it a try, mixed with pineapple or tomatoes, and soon came to enjoy it. After a few weeks, she noticed she didn't wake up feeling as stiff. Her morning stretches became easier, and her energy upon waking was stronger. 8. Spinach, muscle-friendly micronutrients. Margaret knew greens were healthy, but she hadn't realized how much they supported muscle health. Spinach is full of magnesium, iron, and nitrates, all of which aid in muscle contraction and blood flow. She began adding spinach to her eggs, soups, and smoothies. It was easy to blend or saute, and she liked how energized it made her feel. She also noticed fewer headaches and better hydration, an unexpected bonus from eating more greens. 9. Protein shakes, a gentle push on tough days. On days she didn't feel like cooking, or when her appetite was low, Margaret added a simple protein shake to her routine. Just almond milk, a scoop of vanilla protein powder, half a banana, and a handful of frozen berries. It wasn't a replacement for meals, but a bridge between them. A safety net. Something that ensured her body kept getting the building blocks it needed, even when life got busy or her energy dipped. She especially liked it after her short strength workouts, which she'd started doing 3 times a week with light dumbbells and bands. By the end of the 3 months, the results were undeniable. Margaret didn't look like a bodybuilder, but she didn't want to. What she had regained was far more valuable: confidence in her body. She could carry her laundry basket without struggle. She could open jars again. She walked taller, moved faster, and smiled more. At her follow-up appointment, her doctor smiled as he looked over her blood work and strength test results. "You're not just maintaining," he said, "you're improving." And Margaret, sitting up straighter than she had in years, said, "I didn't think food could make this much of a difference, but I guess muscles are built in the kitchen just as much as the gym." Now, whenever her friends at book club complained about feeling weak or tired, she gently passed along the same list that had changed her life: chicken, eggs, Greek yogurt, salmon, quinoa, beans, cottage cheese, spinach, protein shakes. Not a diet, not a trend, just real food, chosen with care, eaten with purpose, and the power to rebuild strength one meal at a time.